Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome founder, Mara Group, Mr. Ashish J. Thakkar.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ashish J. Thakkar. I'm the founder of the Mara Group and the Mara Foundation. I was a refugee, I'm a school dropout, an entrepreneur, a philanthropist. I hope to be an astronaut next year, and more importantly, I'm a fourth-generation African. My family moved to Africa in 1890, and we went through the unfortunate incident of Idi Amin in 1972. We got kicked out, went to England, started again, and then we came back home. We came back to Africa. In 93, we moved to Rwanda. 9 months later, unfortunately, the genocide broke out. Me, my sister, and parents were refugees during this genocide. We luckily, again, came out alive, but unfortunately lost everything. I then decided to quit school at the age of 15 and support the family. So I took a loan of $5,000 and set up a little IT company in Uganda, and then slowly made it a Pan-African business. 18 years later, the Mara Group is in 22 countries. We have about 11,000 employees, and we're focused on manufacturing, technology, real estate, and financial services. The Mara Foundation, our nonprofit, is focused on youth empowerment and women empowerment. Today, I'm pleased to say that we empower over 250,000 businesses across Africa, and we are a partner in the Young Africa Leaders Initiative as well, which President Obama announced a few days ago. As a young African, and note how I emphasize young, as a young African, I'm extremely happy today. I think the US-Africa Summit is history in the making in the true sense. The United States entrepreneurial culture, the depth of entrepreneurship, the depth of capital in this country is unbelievable. And I'm a firm believer in, rather than reinventing the wheel, is the best combination of global and local. Global organizations partnering with local organizations like Mara and many others is the answer. A case in point is Atlas Mara, which my partner Bob Diamond and I set up a few months ago to buy banks in Africa. We raised $1 billion within 6-7 months, and majority of our capital came from the US, and majority of that capital had never invested in Africa before. So the appetite is absolutely there. I think we need to change the narrative. People are talking about bringing Silicon Valley to Africa. I'm a believer that rather than trying to bring Silicon Valley to Africa, let's bring Africa to Silicon Valley. I think it's time we as Africa become innovative, create solutions that we can take global rather than trying to reinvent what's already been done. And I think, just to sum up, somebody in San Francisco recently asked me, a media person asked me, they said, you know, when is Africa going to catch up? And I looked at them and I said, look, I'm so sorry, we're actually not going to catch up. And they looked at me quite shocked and they said, why? And I said, because we're going to lead the way. So.
And I'd just like to say one final thing. When Ashish Thakkar was up here talking before we came out, and I one more time heard his story, and I thought of all the people who were driven out of Uganda and the amazing stories so many of them have made. It reinforced something that we shouldn't forget here. Intelligence, dreams, and the willingness to work are evenly distributed throughout the world. Investment, opportunities, and systems that reward smart behavior are not. That's really what this is about. All of us are being given a chance to either do our work like the Gates Foundation and I do, or to make a lot of money out of the fact that this gap has occurred, which should now be closed. And I see the World Bank President, Jim Kim, out there. He's going to help us do it. The American government's committed to help us do it. But just remember his speech. In a way, that may be the most important thing that's occurred on this stage this morning. The guy drops out of school at 15 and does what he's done in the last 18 years, and he should never have had to leave home a single day to do that. We want to create the African home as a place of opportunity for Africans and for those who want to work with them. And I think we should give our panelists, especially our African panelists, a big hand. Welcome them.
As this conference started, as Ashish said, I believe Africa will be the place where things will leapfrog and solutions will be created in Africa that will be brought to other parts of the world. And I think that's incredibly important in how you approach the continent in many countries.